with Liquid. Alan with GODSENT. I wonder who Maui and Anders think are going to take this one. Guys, over to you.
Well, I've got to say, I am shocked, Parla, that it was Alan picking GODSENT. Maui,
Do my ears deceive me?
Yeah, I can't make sense of it. I just can't.
I kind of get it from the stance that the veto for GODSENT went more or less how it should have, or how they wanted it to go. But beyond that, Liquid has shown me so much to be happy about.
They have. They've looked so exciting. I mean, yesterday, yeah, they obviously taken out big in 2 maps. That was really, really cool to see. I reckon that it's going to be Liquid doing it again. But we're starting on Ancient with Liquid on the CT side, GODSENT on the T side. Classic smokes towards the middle, but oh, there's a lot of people running in here behind that smoke. I like this. Though pushing into T spawn is 3 members of Team Liquid, and they're going to be catching Dumao to begin with. Barton going down next. What an absolutely exceptional pistol round, maybe especially from the side of Liquid. Finding Taco as well. There is Elige. I think GODSENT must be so confused. I'm a little bit confused right now.
This isn't a game state you get very often on Ancient. Nice shot by Elige to close that one out, but that was a cool little play from Liquid. The triple push towards T-spawn through A main. It's almost like GODSENT didn't know if they could plant. It's already hard enough to plant on A, and if you've lost A main on top of that, there's pretty much no options for you, and you could see they were sort of searching, prodding for something, but as they're trying to figure out what's the answer to this incredible start from Liquid, Elige just snipes them all down.
Yeah, he got 4 kills in this game, and I think Elige has been playing pretty well recently, but I don't think we haven't really seen the super psycho level of Elige yet, which I think maybe it's a good thing that it's not always needed, because he's got Naf there, he's got oSee to drop a lot. Even Nitro's been putting up more kills recently, but it is fun to see. I'd love to have one of those really overpowered Elige games as well.
Show it. Show NA's Chosen One at his finest. That's what we want.
We're back on board the NA train. All it takes is 1 game.
Don't sell me out. Yeah.
All right, Henny pushing into the bomb site. It's a good idea. Flashbang as well to try and set it up for him, but doesn't really work out. And all they've got is a kill on Shox in this round, running into the MP9. A little bit uncomfortable at the range. With a bomb time behind, this is a pretty respectable round right now for GODSENT. They could be happy about this. If they could get 1 more kill, it's going to be even more exciting. Doubt they'll win the round. It's going to be a little bit hard to hold on to this one, although they do get Elige and a lot of damage on the oSee as well. Team Liquid, they had everyone here. They line up and oh no, it's a disaster. Naf is low on health already. Dumao just trying to sneak around. He's got to be a little bit careful, lacking the head armor here. 1 bullet would do it, but it's Dumao instead. 1 versus 1 at the end. And GODSENT, that is a shocking second round.
Huge victory for GODSENT there. They went all over the map, had that lane pressure into Donut, and Liquid, they couldn't come up with it. Just the full retake from Temple is something that they probably didn't want to do, but that fresh smoke towards CT sort of forced their hand. So this is a cool round from GODSENT where they were just moving all over the place, and an unfortunate lineup for Naf right here. He takes down his teammate along with the opponent in Barton.
Yeah, that was, I guess this one a good example of sometimes even a couple of things, like Nitro in the beginning only getting the 1 kill and not doing much more than that. Doesn't seem maybe like a big deal right at the outset, but some of those things compound over a whole round, and then at the end you're like, oh, we needed a couple of more people here.
We needed some more frags in some of these positions. Not quite the value they wanted. A few too many 1-for-1s. On Ancient especially, you're usually good for 2 in a lot of these spots. But we still see that Liquid force back into it. A few upgraded pistols. The scout on Elige is going to be something to keep our eye on, if GODSENT even contests him, because Liquid are in a heavy A lean once again, and they're comfortable giving up this B site more or less.
Yeah, they're pretty much hoping, I guess, that it's going to be some sort of an A hit, which we talked about this yesterday. We were watching some GODSENT demos. We noticed that they like going for that A bomb site. It's likely a lot of other teams have as well, so Liquid kind of hoping that that's what's going to happen. I like this flank for Shox, but it's probably not going to be in time. I have to imagine that the fight will happen in this B bomb site before Shox get into a deep position. He's getting kind of close though. oSee with a nice headshot on Henny, and now maybe that buys time for Shox. What an interesting twist this is.
Oh, another mid-round call from Taco and the GODSENT crew. Shox is good for Dumao. Now, 3-on-5 post-plant. GODSENT, they're not favoring their chances in this. They don't have the smokes they need to have a really strong defense in this one. And Liquid, they've got so many players.
Some good damage there. Martin dropped down to 30. Taco going to be found as well. Oh, this is not the follow-up round that GODSENT needed at all. From just winning that second round right into this, definitely shocking. I think if they would have either gone straight for the B bomb side initially when they were there, or maybe just were a little bit quicker to rotate back to A, either one of those would have worked fine, but it's like they were just slow enough that they were getting picked off in transition to the A bomb side. That's upsetting.
I will say Shox was the hero of that round.
Yeah, for sure.
Pushed through A to allow Liquid to rotate on towards B prematurely. And the fact that he even found a second flank kill, he gets this one as he went all the way through A, and he comes all the way back and finds another kill at A main. This guy's all over the place.
Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide.
And that's some wild output. Okay, so Liquid possibly right back in the saddle. Just immediately shaking off that second round loss.
GODSENT not interested in going for the force. A lot of teams would have gone for it. They want to control the money. They know that it's fragile for the CTs, but there's also a strong case to save here. Of course, you can get a better buy. And I actually kind of like that GODSENT don't want to play the scrappy econ game. They actually think that their game plan is likely good enough that once they get full utility, full weaponry, they'll be ready to compete with Liquid.
We certainly saw a lot of really cool stuff from them yesterday on an individual level. They had a lot of players that were having, I think, a really high output. Barton was one of the people we talked about yesterday, but also Dumao on this map as well had a lot of good rounds. So they shouldn't be lacking too much on that front. Single flashbang from Henny. Could throw that through the ceiling and set up something. I think it's worth trying.
Yeah, we're fans of the single flashbang, full save.
Yeah.
If it could find anything at all, it's value. Doesn't look like it'll happen this time.
That's a bit rough. Yeah, but one kill would have made the difference. Now, we were playing matchmaking yesterday.
Yes.
I'm trying to say that to improve, people could listen to ASMR. Tell me about that.
Subliminals and ASMR.
Yeah, that's how you get into the...
It all helps. It all helps. Anything that gets the mindset right.
All right.
Mindset's so important in CS. You need to be in the right headspace. And if ASMR calms you down, if subliminals calm you down, whatever, take your pick.
Okay.
You gotta just be calm. Notice all the stone cold killers in CS. They're not the emotional types. They're brooding. They're quiet.
And you think ASMR is really the secret that no one else has really revealed yet?
Find out if Rops listens to ASMR.
Okay.
It'll explain a lot.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I actually think that's a wild position to get to for Barton so early in the round. If he hadn't got spotted then, he probably could have made his way really deep and blown open that whole A bomb site. Although it has caused an entire switch. What's happening on the Liquid side? Why are they all left the B bomb site?
They really sold out on this. Lado has some great advanced positioning. He should be good to catch a leash off. Yes, he does. And the flash from Nitro, a little bit too late. But Liquid are just not in the position to go for this. It's very tough to find an in. It does seem like they will still attempt it, but Dumao's spot should be good for a frag on a nav. It is, and now Liquid, they have a choice to make, but they're pressing on forward.
Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are. I don't know why they're still doing this. Excellent gun work coming out from Taco. Big double kill right there. Shox, yeah, going to be forced obviously to back away, but that seemed like such an obvious time to, as soon as Dumao was in that position, you think, well, you're now controlling none of the avenues to get into the bomb site. Why would you keep going?
The retakes are very strong on Ancient. You can give up a lot of B and be comfortable retaking, but you still need that back lane or cave. You need something, and Liquid had nothing. They sold out entirely. They rotated all over to A. I feel like this position from Barton might have been actually the winning play of the round. It just made Liquid think that surely he's just not here by himself, and GODSENT just used that for a very strong mid-round.
That's where you really wish you could be listening into the comms of oSee at that time, because
yeah,
you know, he must have been shocked too, saying, wait, they're actually on the bomb site. They're not even just fighting at the initial entrance in the hallway there. They're really on here, so could have been that there was a little bit there. Elish I think that's a nice attempt. Would have been really cool if he could have made it back around the smoke. Naf and Shox, though, still pretty forward position. It does get spammed down to 35.
Dangerous game that Shox is playing standing there. So many bullets flying through. GODSENT spent 2 whole magazines just to tag him down, 65 HP. And Elige, we want to see more from him. We want to see him pop off. He's having a good game thus far, but going 1 for 1 on a map like Ancient, when the crossfires can be so powerful and your life in the late round is so strong on top of that, that's not what you're looking for. You're not looking to go 1 for 1.
No, GODSENT have already proven that they can convert those into wins if they get that kind of opportunity. They call for a bit of a freeze, and I guess given the fact that they've been flanked by Shox already a couple of times, maybe it makes sense to just make sure that's not happening. Which we can tell them it's not. No. So right now they're kind of wasting their own time, but they have enough nades to go for a follow-up. Surely they can go for a full execute, nearly. There's
still some good counter utility on the side of Liquid, but it's not on the right people. Naf is more towards middle, oSee on the A site. There's nothing to stop this B play, in fact. Just has to be the crossfire between Shox and Nitro.
Smoke almost in time. Didn't want to try and get the spam through with the MP9. He's doing it a little bit now. Looked like a good angle and a good opportunity there for Naf. Normally the kind of kill that he's going to get every single time, but he gets taken down by Henny instead. 10 seconds on the clock. They're trying to get that bomb plant, but they can't. The spam is in from Shox, and that delays things. 4 seconds now. They're getting the kills, but they need to find oSee, and they cannot. Clock runs down. And Liquid should be real excited that they managed to win that round, because could have easily gone wrong.
Beautiful 1v2 from oSee. Doesn't even have to fire a bullet. All brain right there. Good stuff. But also for GODSENT, that's a little bit of a mishap. It felt like they had every reason to get onto that site, to get that bomb planted. The only thing to say beyond that is that Shox's spam was perfect. That threw such a wrench into everything that was going on for GODSENT. This right here. So timely at that. 8 seconds left when he finishes it. Good lineup. Good. That's just good game knowledge.
It's one of the worst feelings when you're planting that bomb and you just there's not much you can do. Especially as a 7 seconds, even getting off the plant is super high risk. You know, it doesn't necessarily get any better doing that. So tough scenario. They're going to try and do it real quick. Bit of an off timing here, just early on in the round. Forcing their way through the smoke and checking. They're not finding anyone back here because Liquid are just so far back on the bomb side, but I still kind of like the attempt. Good kill for Elige. Lado going to follow it up immediately, and they should have a chance for a really fast bomb plant here.
Yep. Planted in a slightly different location to avoid the Shox spam. And Barton still lurking towards A. Nitro not expecting that, but now that means they know that there's a 2-on-3 on the bomb site. Liquid should be speeding up right now. Lado takes down Naf. Shox is pushing out forward. It does take down Henny. Now oSee, he's still behind a smoke. Does he expect Lado to be here? Yes, he sees his butt, takes him out. Now Barton comes up the ramp, but it seems like they're aware of his position, and oSee finds the final kill.
Ooh, I was cringing hard because I thought he was going to shoot the belt or the backpack or something like that. We saw that yesterday, but.
Yep, the hitbox this time worked out, though.
Good job. Good retake. It actually started off not necessarily that great. Shox, though, I feel like Shox is doing so much work right now.
Oh, Shox is having so much impact. Yes, I totally agree with you.
Just the flanks that are coming in. Obviously, the wallbang shot, but here, you can see how alert he is. He knew that there was a flash drone from there and his teammate died to that person, so he had a really good read on it.
Wow. Nice shot by oSee. Oh, fast play towards middle, though. Elige finds Taco, but GODSENT, this is a round they really like. The fake towards middle with Taco and then sending it towards A, but Nitro's already in great position. Goes for the swing through the smoke. There's a flash to help him out, but it's actually Henny that team flashed, and now Dumao, the only player that remains in A main.
That push of the smoke seemed like it looked like it was slow enough that he was going to get wiped out, but then the flashes came in.
I don't know where the flash came from that blinded those players from GODSENT, and the only flash assist we saw on the kill feed was Henny, unfortunately. For GODSENT's sake, that is. This was a nice recovery from Elige.
Truly, yeah. It just... Oh, he's walking in through ice.
Oh, they were turning to wait for Henny's flash, but then they had to turn into it because Nitro swung right through the smoke.
Impeccable timing.
That's just good timing from Nitro.
GODSENT have been keeping up the pressure in terms of buying, and they've been getting bomb plants, so they've kind of been allowed to. Finally, they actually have to rest a little bit now. So Liquid, they're up 6-2, but they're probably going to get a shot here at extending that lead even further and maybe even building more of an economy. You could tell they don't have that much money in the bank at the moment, so it's pretty exciting.
It feels like GODSENT should have more rounds.
It does.
They've been in such strong positions in some of these. Shocks? Yeah, Pat, he should pad his stats right now. He's done so much work, and in terms of impact, it almost feels like he should have 11, 12 kills. Just how much he's provided.
That scoreboard can sometimes be a little bit deceiving, yeah?
Yes.
But, yeah, Elise just has got a fair few of them as well. And if they can put NAF into play again, there's not many games. Oh, okay.
It's not an MP9 Shocks.
I guess.
The jumping accuracy, it's not that great with that weapon. One thing I've wanted to see more from GODSENT after day one with Henny is a little bit more utilization of his op on the offense. It's so many rounds. I went back and watched his POV, and he's oftentimes having to throw the nades, hold almost the flank with the op, just coming in late to a bomb site. It'd be nice if they had a couple pieces to set him up. And the thing is with GODSENT is that they never had a primary opper, so I feel like most of their plays didn't revolve around having an opper as strong as Henny that they could rely on. And so Henny yesterday just had to make the most out of these awkward situations where he's not the focal point of a round. And it would be cool if Taco could evolve his in-game leading, if Henny could bring to the table some of the plays that he used to run in order to make GODSENT's offense just a more significant force.
I feel like what you're asking even could be done without even changing any of the strategies, because you could almost just say, let's call whatever we're going to call, but let's just do it 30 seconds later and give Henny 30 seconds to try and find an opening. And if he does, then, you know, we make the calls afterwards. You don't even necessarily, I mean, obviously you could, I guess, like go even deeper with it, but on some level you could just reserve some time at the beginning of the round and say, go, because obviously Henny should be that kind of an impact player, really.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it doesn't even feel like GODSENT is ever bad at defaulting. Nice deep smoke early on from Liquid.
Real geek stuff.
And look at how they stopped everyone from GODSENT, all 4 players outside of A main. They don't even want to push in just yet. It affords Liquid so much time to clear out cave and also have eyes on middle. But GODSENT, they might have hit a timing. It seems like they might have just pushed right through that, and Nitro, he's got to be aware.
Yeah, seems like it. Still could be very, very dangerous. One good flash out into the open. There's one of them there, forcing him back, and he still picks up a kill. It's pretty good. Some damage to follow it up as well. 4-on-4 in the afterplant. It's going to be a double retake coming through Donut from the middle there. Both Naf and Shocks trying to see if they can make their way through, although might not be easy. Molotovs as well to try and keep them back. Oh, it gets extinguished in the smoke. That's a little bit of an issue. Lado's still hitting the headshot, and that might be good enough. It might be time for Liquid to really seriously consider if they want to keep going here, because they are walking into a lot. They have some money in the bank. I guess they can afford to throw a little bit away here. Some spray from Naf will take down Taco, but yeah, that bomb is too far ticked already. That is a very good call. If they don't walk through that smoke, that timing window towards Nitro is going to be real different.
That could be a combination of things, whether GODSENT had some prep or a read on Liquid liking to throw that smoke, or maybe they've just seen other teams throw it against them in scrims before. Either way, good call from Taco. Good scaling, excellent trading. That's one thing that GODSENT has done so well on all of their side hits, is their trading has been on point. It's almost always a 1-for-1. The amount of times Elige has been 1-for-1, that time Nitro gets 1-for-1, that is ideal for what you need in offense.
Yeah, it's so repeatable. I mean, if you want to build long-term success, right, that's a pretty good foundation.
Yes. 7-3.
Probably a good time to remind everyone, this is a pretty CT-sided map, so 3 rounds doesn't look super impressive, but they're still pretty competitive if they can keep this up. And if they can win, maybe not quite the next round, but I mean, if they can keep the pressure on the Liquid economy, they have an opening for the rest of this half to do some work.
Yeah, it's the potential that this half has. Oh, oSee can't quite hit that one, but Shocks behind Totem, he's able to get one. Barden, again with the trades, GODSENT just all over the bomb site, swarming it, and Liquid, they're forced into a retake situation once again.
Yeah, Elige on a bit of a flank. Lado is watching for it, and this could be a pivotal fight right here. That is such a quick headshot. I don't even think Elige saw what was happening at all. That's pretty wild. Henny trying to take some shots for the smoke. Not connecting with anything, but he's not under a lot of pressure to do that. I mean, it is fun when you get the blind shot through, but ultimately, just stay alive and make sure that bomb actually goes off here. They're doing a good job. Liquid are trying to maximize their potential in the round. It's kind of interesting. Definitely, there are some teams that would have called for a save already. Liquid, not one of them. oSee, oh, he's straight on there. Oh, but the wall bang is in. That is some fantastic revenge coming in from GODSENT. They lost a round early, obviously. The Shock's doing that, so they're getting a little bit back. Nitro and Naf are going to have to try and escape. I actually love that from Liquid. If they failed that, and if they could have even just not heard the defuse at all, they would have been in trouble.
There was a lot of commotion going on, but GODSENT looked so comfortable just sitting 3 in cave. A lot of teams in that sort of situation might keep a player on the bomb site, but if GODSENT are comfortable enough with the spam, then they don't even have to take that risk. They don't even have to take the risk of having a player die on the site.
Alex, do you reckon... Do you think gun polishing ASMR exists?
Surely.
It must, right?
Any objects touching other objects has an ASMR.
Yeah.
That's almost guaranteed.
I'm just trying to think of what would be Counter-Strike appropriate if people...
A whole gun disassembly and reassembly noises. The reload noise. I mean, the noises in Counter-Strike are almost ASMR-esque, especially... That's why people love quick switching. It's part of the reason.
Feels like a million views YouTube channel idea to just
the sounds.
Take the guns apart, clean all the individual parts.
Right.
Just all that. That's, you know, that's Counter-Strike prep.
Someone out there make it.
There you go. Do it and tweet it at us if it exists already. Find it for us. Wow, 12th round is coming up, but that is... I don't know. I'm actually really impressed by GODSENT. I don't know if this is your feeling, but I feel like they're getting more rounds than I was expecting, and they're doing a much better job than I was expecting right now.
A lot of the rounds have been pretty... Some of the rounds that they lost were close. That's the way I'll put it. And it almost feels like they could have 1, 2 more on the board, and if they did, this would already be an excellent half for the T side of Ancient. At this point, they're not even upset about that. Again, the potential of this half is very strong for GODSENT. Some nades over towards B, but once again, GODSENT, they're favoring that A side. We've seen this a lot in their demos in the past. It seems like it's a hallmark GODSENT play.
Naf and Shocks are going to find out pretty soon, but I wonder if it's even going to be in time. But they know that there's no one outside. Yeah, oSee's on that AWP yet again. Dumas with a good kill. Ooh, they don't even check it. That is so interesting. Barton was really occupied on the donut instead. He goes down. Dumas will follow afterwards. Elige has shown up to the party. He's currently got 13 kills and just 6 deaths, so he is a really, really hard opponent right now to take down. A little bit of a chance there maybe, but it's a 1-on-3, and Henny is on his own. Low on health already. It's going to be oSee to find him. Good triple for him, and obviously with Elige backing up on an M4, that was a well-defended bomb site. Absolutely.
The fact is that oSee hitting that first shot just makes trading, getting onto that site so much harder. Getting stopped at the entrance right there, losing your first player before you're even out of the mouth of A main is something where you haven't even fanned out. That's quick. That's nice to see from oSee. He's starting to make some people believe. It's obvious to most pundits by now that he is the best North American opper, but I'm glad that he's showing it on the server too.
I think, well, hold on. We'll see if they're going to go. I'll talk to you about oSee in a second. Right now, they are all outside of the B-bomb side. It could be quick. Elige taking a bit of damage, which surely they must have heard on the other side, but they only have Tech-9s and Mac-10s to hold him back with, so it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade favoring Elige. Still well worth it. And Shocks, no fear at all.
Oh, wow.
Pushing through and getting a double kill. That's a very quick round. They didn't even let them set anything up. See, my issue is, when I first heard people talk about oSee, it was all of the North American pundits.
Yes.
And I feel like you guys have poisoned the well for this. Because everyone's, at least a couple of times a year, someone... Yeah, there's this guy.
There's another Kusta.
There's another Kusta. Exactly. It's going to be awesome. And then you don't always see it. But so I feel like I'm always kind of a little bit disposed to thinking, I don't know, maybe not. But I've got to say, I'm impressed by oSee right now. He's convinced me. Even through the hype and the propaganda.
What I try to tell people when watching oSee is that just watch how many shots he gets in a round, because there's a difference between a flashy opper that hits 10 out of 10 difficulty shots because they put themselves in a bad position, and the fact that oSee creates in a round sometimes upwards of 5 out of 10 difficulty shots.
Yep.
If you're hitting 3 out of those, you're doing better than the guy that can hit the 10 out of 10 shot. You shouldn't even be in the position to hit the 10 out of 10 shot. You should be looking for easier avenues to consistent success,
Yep.
and oSee's found a formula for that.
It's very dangerous because everyone, including the player himself, will remember the 1 in 10 that you hit. When it's really, incredible flick. You think, ooh, I remember that. That worked really well. But
I can do that.
yeah,
That's something that's in my playbook now. You should just move away from that.
yeah, that's probably a really hard thing to. I mean, I think it's like an error in the human coding to you remember those things, right? For anyone that's ever played any poker. Like, I remember that one time I got exactly that 9 that I just needed.
It's sort of Dunning-Kruger for your own abilities with the op.
Yeah.
Just you do it once and you think I'm a god, but it ain't really like that all the time.
They were almost out of position for this A defense, but they've actually kind of got back into place. oSee, speak of the devil, back with that AWP, taking down Dumao. So GODSENT, it looked like they had a real opening here, but I think I think if they had been 3 seconds later to get back into these positions, Liquid, maybe this would have been a little bit more terrible. But good defense, 10-4 going into the 15th round.
Still not a bad half for GODSENT so far, but they'd love this last one. 5 rounds on the T side feels like a completely manageable game. 11-4, slightly different story. But yeah, Liquid have been doing a good job. The GODSENT playbook has, I wouldn't say it's been extinguished yet. There's still a couple things that Taco could throw out there, but Liquid have found a recipe for success when it comes to dealing with that constant A pressure that GODSENT so loves.
Definitely 2 teams that we're watching here that have prepared a lot for each other. oSee down in the middle. Also, obviously, the classic way of playing the AWP is just moving around a lot on the CT side, making it really hard to guess. Taco would have loved to have, I don't know if he would have loved to have faced the leash right now because he's out of control, but in theory, he would have probably rather faced an M4 on that side.
Absolutely, but that's just another example. That was probably a 3 out of 10 difficulty shot for oSee.
Yeah.
That's how he starts the round. So just keep an eye on that, fellas.
Ramping up into it. Smoke there at the top of middle. Nitro playing around the donut, so he's able to keep an eye on it, and oSee's now back in the A-bomb site. A little bit uncomfortable here. Critical victory if Dumao can get this one, but ooh, Nitro standing tall. That's a pivotal kill. Otherwise, he exposes oSee to another angle. It's going to make it really tricky. And he's just playing hide and seek, buying time and nearly getting that kill. Nice little flick there for oSee. He does spot out another one, but Henny is right behind. That is a critical shot to take him down. 2-on-2, 30 seconds left, and there will be a bomb plant here, although Shox is kind of close by. Doesn't necessarily want to just straight run for it.
The timing on Barton turning away there. Just missed that little window.
They're going to both double up, coming through the same angle. They have a smoke on either player and a diffuse kit on either one as well. Yeah, they're going to smoke it off. That's going to put a little bit of pressure on the remaining GODSENT players, although Henny has a pretty decent angle. I'm sure he's going to, get flashed eventually, so he'll have to turn around for that one, but they can't really run him down. They're going to instead sit right on the bomb, and with an AWP, that's a huge issue. They don't even know it's going to be a full defuse. Oh, they stole it right in front of them. 11-4 at the end, Maui. That's critical.
Well done by Liquid. Great retake between the 2 of them, but Liquid are going to be going into the half up 11-4. We'll find out how this first map concludes after a break.
My favorite map in the current pool is probably Ancient, because I feel like it's a map where it's not dated like the other maps, and it's a newer map. So like a lot of the time you're going to be seeing new stuff in the map and like new strats and maybe new grenades. Whereas like you look at Dusty and the map's just been around forever, so there's like not too much meta changing stuff on that map. But I think Ancient is really cool because it's just a newer map, and it's a map that we got all the guys to try, and we've been having a lot of fun on it, and it's just a cool change of scenery, really.
Hey Future Pros! During a game I was observing, I saw Astralis pull off a really sick run boost in mid. This run boost allowed Dupree to peek the B alley insanely fast. So fast, in fact, he beat the T's ledge molly. And
in the right direction. Naf already on the bomb site, right behind him. They've got Elige with the bomb, and he's going to be putting that down right away. Lado and Barton are on a flank, but they're quite far away. This is a really fast bomb plant and a 5-on-5 retake in a pistol round. You have a smoke and a kit on Dumao, so theoretically, they could try and go for something, but they are going to be under a little bit of pressure here in terms of the time, because that is a really fast bomb plant. And now, what a crossfire. To even get into the cave here, that's just going to be so tricky. Oh, I take it all back. Incredible headshots. Lado picking up two. They're trying to get the defuse, but the wall banks are in. oSee running out of bullets. They're back, and oh, he's going to take him down. Naf with a huge double, and Liquid, they win the round.
Naf used the diffuser as a meat shield for the other player. They're cracking up over there at Liquid.
Is that even legal?
I don't know if I've really ever seen that before. Just shooting the diffuser in the behind as you're using him as a piece of cover to kill the other player too.
That's what you see in movies where a bank robber will take a hostage, and
or usually you take someone, you hold them in front of you, and oh man, Naf is so creative. He's so creative for doing this. He just crouches right there. What? Taco's been Cold's meat shield for years, and Naf says, I want a piece of that.
Well, listen, I mean, that Taco and Cold duo really worked. I don't blame Naf for wanting that.
Yeah.
So a little bit of jealousy goes a long way. All right. Taco's down in this round, too. What a way to get started. Sharks jumping, stealing the headshot, taking down Barton. It's a 5-on-3 now, and they've pretty much taken control of this part of the map. Dumao, yeah, they needed a couple more deagle headshots to make this competitive, I think. It's going to be tricky now. So, with an 11-4 first half, and then you win the pistol round, and you go into string a few more rounds, and you're getting real close to winning this map in a big way.
Yes. Some would say that GODSENT needed the pistol in order to compete in this one, because this little buffer that Liquid's creating is very strong. GODSENT won't be able to buy in the next round, so you'd have to imagine this is almost GODSENT getting their first gun round at 14-4.
It's going to have such a solid lockdown, which I think you're right in saying it definitely can happen. I don't know if we've seen maybe quite that string of, but we've seen some pretty good blocks of like 7-8 rounds where there's nothing that Seaside can do.
I've seen a 14-5 on this map.
Okay.
I'm all the way back.
There we go.
But I haven't seen a 14-4. But we still have to see if Liquid even hit that 14th right now. Henny does have a scout, and maybe with this freedom that Henny will find in this upcoming round, the fact that there's no pressure on his shoulder, there's probably no one telling him what to do, he can now create his own.
You'd love to see that. Oh, they're showing up towards the stack. Bit of a missed opportunity there, perhaps. Barton will still make a little bit work. There's the tags that they need. Elige down to 29. Get a couple more scout shots like that in, and even the USPs could start to do damage. Wow. He just walking back, getting the headshot with the AK.
That was a fadeaway shot right there.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm out. Elige has been feeling it this game. It's been nice to see. Yesterday he was playing well, no doubt about that, but it didn't feel like he was that ascending player that we all have seen in the past. And there's reason for that to happen. It's not all on Elige. It's a roster that's gelling together. Sometimes you got to give some leeways. Apparently, we don't have Mirage in this series, but they've switched spots, him and Naf, so he's not even entirely in all of his comfort zones with this lineup.
Ooh. Okay, Elige taking it upon himself to go and check all the way across the map to find out what's happening there. It does go down, but at least they discover the scout is there. And they have everyone in position to do a little bit more. 2 versus 3. Doesn't feel like the kind of round where you're going to be successfully retaking this site. It looks like they're already kind of giving up on that idea anyway. Yeah, I mean, I think also there's probably a lot of games here where it's not strictly speaking necessary for Elige to be having this kind of an output, because a lot of the time Naf will take that job over instead, and we've seen oSee do that. I think even between just Naf and oSee, if they're playing really well, you don't need another player at +20 necessarily. So, but I think it's fun. I think it's really nice to see the confidence. And in terms of sort of the rest of the year for Liquid, right? Like, it's great if they can swap different people in and out of the hot seat like that. Definitely gives a lot to them.
They have a lot of weapons now in the 3, oSee, Elige, and Naf.
Yeah.
It's about getting Shocks and Nitro activated too. In the early matches for Liquid, Nitro definitely didn't feel like he was ready.
No.
But what we saw yesterday made myself, and I'm sure many others, hopeful about the future of this lineup, and especially given the fact that Shocks is providing so much impact in this map. It does feel like Liquid's ceiling is potentially very high.
And he also, I mean, it's a one map. We don't have a lot of data points, but in this particular map, it seems like Sharks has had a lot of autonomy to go and do his own things, right? And when you have a player that experienced, it makes sense to try and say, yeah, you know what? We trust you to figure it out. Because he probably will. 14-4, 19th round. First real buy round for GODSENT in the second half. Boost going over, all right. Could have been fun to find someone there, but yeah, this has to be the start of a really cool comeback for GODSENT right now, or they're just gonna be wiped out on this map, picked by GODSENT as well.
Standard nades to get mid control from Liquid, top mid smoke, but Taco, wow, finds the spam through the smoke. Oh, he's looking for more. He has a good lineup too. Wow, tags oSee down to 28 on top of that. Very nice. But is it enough? Because oSee, he catches Dumao going for the swing. Questionable swing from Dumao. Felt like his position was pretty strong, but sometimes you just want that little piece of information. It felt probably low risk to him. Didn't expect oSee to be posted on the angle.
Yeah, it's possible that if he's not up on that ledge, that it actually is a little bit more safe for him to do that, but there was definitely a lot of space there. Look at the clock here. 20 seconds. Liquid leaving themselves very little time for any kind of mistake. And remember that wallbang spam that's been coming out? I mean, that can be a huge factor when you only have 14. Oh, but it goes the other way. Nitro. Nice headshot to take down Lado. Down to 8 seconds, and they're going to try for the bomb plant. Taco, he wants to stop it, but he can't. oSee there to take him down instead. And now it's a 2-on-3. Henny going for a swing, but it's not going to happen. Elige will take him down. Barton now, 1 versus 3. He's going to find a way to get that first kill, but it's a long ways to get back here. And yeah, he's going to pick up the AWP and make a run for it instead.
No kit, no smoke, no chance. That's what Barton sees. Nitro, wow, oh, this is such a proactive play from Nitro. Is he going to find him? Wow, nice job from Nitro there. That's a really heads-up rotation from him to stop that op from going into the potentially final round of this map. He's in the zone, Nitro. That kill at Cave was so important. It was paramount for their success.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff. And that opening. This, hard to explain, but yeah, this one is a nice swing. Just the opening that they needed.
Taco wanted that planner so badly.
I mean, at what, 7 or 8 seconds there? If he runs through to get that kill, it's
potentially round winning.
Yeah.
It is round winning if he gets the kill.
Alright, Dumao's pushed out. Lado's behind him.
Legion's here so quick. They're not going to expect this.
And he was flashed in, yeah.
Yeah.
That works well. oSee throwing that flashbang from really far away. That actually would be kind of fun to see again. 4-on-4 now. And GODSENT just they're not finding their footing. They're not being allowed to find any comfort in the second half yet.
Liquid using some utility to be methodical about their clear. It seems like Shocks has a bit of a feeling that somebody could be there. Yeah. But they're gonna have to hard clear it. They're not using any mollies for that position just yet. Now Taco could be activated. The flash is there, swings out, gets 2. That might be enough for Taco, but Shox, nice tap onto Dumao. Makes this a very doable 2v2.
Mechanically right now, Shox is looking really scary, which is, it's a nightmare for anyone that's going to be playing Liquid in the future. It's been a long time since we've seen Shox really put up that incredibly high mechanical level, but he's definitely got it somewhere hidden in his mind. Going to swing for it and take down Barton. It's a nice little cover, little trade there. 2 for 1 now, and Henny alone to try and save the map and just keep fighting a little bit longer. But with an MP9 at range towards Donut, it feels unlikely. Clock is with him, though. 13 seconds right here. Bomb is still kind of stuck on Nitro. And they're checking everything. I guess they have a little bit of time for it, but it is risky. And now they're probably thinking, yeah, right, the one spot we haven't checked is going to be Donut. 4 seconds. They're going to have enough time for the bomb plant, just barely, and they double swing. Nitro to take him down 16-4 as they win the map pick of GODSENT.
That was perfect time management from Shox. He made every peak the way he should have. He was able to clear out all of CT. What an excellent job from Shox right there. The impact that we saw from him in that game is something that we should be hopeful for.